Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Backstage Spotlight. Today I am with the one and only Erin Caldwell. Welcome.
Hello, I'm so excited.
Thank you for joining me. We were just saying, getting a date in the diary recently has been a mission and a half, hasn't it?
We are just very busy women, which is great, and I love that for us. But sometimes when you want to have even just like chatting with my friends, sometimes I'm like, I can book you in 3 weeks next Saturday for a quick FaceTime, and that's it.
Yeah, my friend messaged me the other day and she tried to call and I was like, I'm really sorry I can't call right now. She's like, oh, when can you? And I'm like the 3rd of October at 5 p.m. And
It's
she's
so
like,
true though, it's hard.
it's so hard, but like I'd rather be busy than having a full diary is a blessing.
It is a blessing, and I love my diary. My diary is one of my friends. Like she goes everywhere with me. There's a really prized place wherever I've lived for my diary to be. And I was never a diary person until about a year and a half ago.
Do you have a physical one or do you do it on a phone?
Physical changed my life. And my girlfriend's like, I'm not a diary person. I'll never use a diary. And now the diary's there. She's like, can we just run through what's happening on this date and this week? And I'm like, yeah, right. It's useful, Jordan. Thank you.
So useful. So tell us a bit about what your life is like at the moment. You've just finished Saving Mozart. You're doing little bits like you've just been a guest on How Very Hannah podcast, which is very exciting. What are you doing
Oh,
at
it
the
was.
moment?
So there's things that I can say and things that I can't say, as always. There's a really fun announcement getting made on Monday. Is this getting announced? When will this
Podcast
podcast come out?
will be out on like the first week of October.
Oh, then I can talk about it. So me and Amy Atkinson have decided to create a night called Stagey Sing-alongs. And that's being announced on Monday, and the first one is in Manchester on the 3rd of December. And really, we just wanted to have like a safe space for you to cover, people who love the community to come together, listen to just a banging playlist, sing along. There's like lip sync battles. People can come and cosplay, but you don't have to. You can come. It's just a very open and safe space. And I can't help that we have a collection of fantastic songs. I just want to play them somewhere for everyone to listen to. There's no point just listening to it on your own in your bedroom when you could have like a little cocktail and listen to it with your friends. Um,
That's
so we launched that. Yeah, I think it will be. So there's the pilot sort of launch happening for that in Manchester, with a hope that that'll do some fun bits next year up and down the country. Obviously I finished Saving Mozart, which was amazing, and there's talks about going back into development for that, which would be really cool. It was really nice, sort of creating and originating a role. It was like always top of my bucket list. Um, and then I did Hannah's first night of her podcast tour, which was honestly so beautiful. Um, it was in Edinburgh, so obviously like the Scot in me was just like obsessed. And I won't lie, it has made me want to do a solo concert in Scotland next year. That's something that I've actually not said that out loud. This is the first time I've said that words in a
Oh,
sentence. But I'm gonna aim. I want to aim to do a solo show in Scotland next year.
100%. I can see that happening. That's you're gonna smash that.
Oh, it would just be so nice. Like it's the people, and it's not the people down here aren't. I have to remember that those are the people that guided me and got me to where I am, and those are the people that I'm of such privilege that of what I do, but I don't take away the fact that there are not as many Scottish performers, and I know that Scotland's a smaller country, but to feel like you're doing it for the team. I want to give back to the theatre community up there, and maybe get someone to come and sing with me who's not had the luck yet of getting making their way down to London and sort of the West End vibes. But yeah, it makes me excited. It makes me excited.
Yeah, that's such a nice idea. So if you were to make the playlist like today and you had to pick, say, let's say 3 songs to go in your concert, what would you be doing?
Um, okay, well I have to sing Heart of Stone
No brain.
because
Yeah.
I have to. And then I probably would have to sing I Say No from Heathers. I think I would get booed. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. Then I'd love to sing a song that I'm never going to have the opportunity to sing professionally. Um, whether that I actually really low key love Burn from Hamilton, and I would never sing that professionally, so it would be really fun to choose a song that I get to sing in a sort of concert setting that I wouldn't have the chance to do, or, you know, waving through a window, but a role that's just not ever going to happen for
Yeah,
me and
like
just
a
see what
roles
happens.
will never play sort of thing.
Yeah, just like pick one, or leave it up to, maybe I'll do like a poll on social media and be like, you can pick of, and then the one, do you know what I mean? Just something fun, but also like it'd be nice to sing a song that I'll never get the chance to, because we all love doing it in the shower. We might as well do it in front of an audience.
100%. Have you seen Jodie Steele's version of Heaven on Their Minds? It was like 8 years ago.
Oh my God, yeah.
It is
Yes,
so
yes.
good.
She's incredible. She has a version of Hotline Bling from by like Drake that she did in like a loft in her house. And I never listened to Drake's version. I only ever listened to Jodie's. She's amazing.
I need to go hear that because that's the first time I've heard
Yeah,
of one.
yeah.
Oh, that's absolutely brilliant. So, on top of the performing stuff, you've started doing more and more videos on your social media and stuff. So, how has that played a part in your day-to-day routine? Because obviously, Heathers and Six are very heavily social media fan base. A lot of that happens on social media, which I don't know, has that started? You may be thinking, I'm going to post a bit more. When did you think about doing that?
Weirdly, I actually didn't have TikTok for the whole of COVID. I thought it was just videos of people dancing. And obviously now I'm like, wow, go for it, kids. But at the time, I remember being like, I'm in a global pandemic. You're lucky if I'm washing my hair once a month. Like, heaven forbid me learning a dance routine. So I didn't actually, it was one of my friends, Ellie Green, who said, I think you should just post, because I posted a video of me singing years ago on Twitter and on Facebook. And maybe it was Instagram as well. And it was me singing Divine Gravity, and it actually did really well. And at that point, we didn't have like viral videos or anything like that. So I didn't really know what I was doing. And then I didn't do anything for ages. And she said, I think you should just post the updated version of Wicked's Divine Gravity and get TikTok, because TikTok pushed the first two videos. And I was like, yeah, okay. And it did really well. And then I posted Heart of Stone, and then I got Heather's. No, I posted a Heather's video, sorry. And then I got Heather's. And then I knew that Heather's came with quite a sort of social media following. And I'm actually really awful with technology. Like, I'm pretty poor. But I tried to do a little bit because I really wanted to have an online community, as in like, I kind of wanted to prove that you didn't have to graduate drama school and go straight into a job. Like, my journey was quite different from those around me, and I think I wanted to just be someone who had done it and was vocal about it, so that if you were someone who hadn't worked for 4 years after drama school, it's okay. I mean, I was 6 years. I was like a whole version of high school, and I think I just wanted to make it be someone who's Scottish and working in London, be someone who didn't get, a job straight out of drama school and working in London. And then I think also, as someone who's like, openly not straight, I also feel like it's just being a voice for maybe, or being a sort of guide. And but I sometimes bite on social media, and I'm really trying not to. And sometimes I'll like type and then I'll have to be like, no. But I think we are at a point just now that we are like perilously close to just allowing anyone to say anything to anyone online, and I can't align with that. I saw that, I know that Carrie did a video the other day, and Dan Buckley did a video the other day, and I think it's true. I think having a social media following, whether it's big or small, just doesn't warrant you to have some really important things said about you. And some people are really good at being like, just block it out and don't even look. But every now and then it does get to you because you are a human being. So I try and have a very balanced life with social media. I've been really lucky. I think I had one incident in my whole time at Six, but I struggle seeing it happen to other people. I find it really unjust. So I try and have a balanced life with social media where I go through like active eras, and then I kind of quieten down a little bit. And then, I mean, I love doing videos where I hear people's opinions, like what is the best song of all time? And then I'll read the comments and I'll listen to them all, or like what's the best film? I like that sort of content, more light-hearted content, I think, like that.
Yeah, I love that. And that like creates conversation in like healthy conversation and people like chatting to each other that's like so
Yeah.
so safe and it creates like
Yeah.
a bit of a community, which is a nice place to be. Whereas, like you said, there is a very fine line these days of people who do just comment whatever they want, and it's upsetting and it can get to people in a way that's unimaginable because they see creators and think, oh, well, they're putting themselves out there. They're like, I can say that about
They
them.
deserve it.
Oh, yeah. And but the content you put up, I was going to say, like, they're my favorite videos when I scroll past them. Here's Erin, like, what's she asking today?
Honestly, I know.
But
I was debating whether or not to do like a question a day or like the question of the week or something because I do it when I'm on a job. Everyone will be doing their makeup dead silent and I'll be like, guys, if you could only eat one packet of crisps, one packet, like one flavour of crisps the rest of your life, what would it be? Like, and everyone got involved and we did it every day and they said, oh, you need to make little question cards for like games for dressing rooms. And I was like, I'm just so interested. I'm nosy, if anything.
you should bring out like a
But
card game of it.
yeah, that's what one of the girls, Anu from Saving Mozart, was like, bring it out as a game, we'll play it. I thought maybe I asked too many questions.
I remember one was like, I grew up in Scotland. Like, what do you guys say? Like, oh, was it like the TV? What
Yeah, yeah. What do you call
do you
this?
call it?
Yeah, a channel changer.
No! Really?
It it changes the channels. When I never heard the word remote until I think I was in high school. I was like, "What's a remote?" Someone's like, "You passed me the remote." I was like, "What is that?" It's a channel changer. And then everyone was like, and I thought, oh no.
Comments were like wild. People call it like a zapper. Some people call it like random
Yeah,
things that it's normal for
yeah,
their households, like you and the channel changer. But like
yeah,
stuff like that
100%. And
that you
I
don't
get
talk about it.
responses. No, and I get responses from like all over the world. I did one, I call them ice polls, but I was like, what do you call this? And it has like the most amount of comments I think I've ever had in a video. And some of them were like flippin' stacking because they were from like that's really bad. Finland or Sweden and or the Netherlands, and they call it such. It's amazing. I love reading the comments.
Yeah. And
I did one the
tradition.
other day about yeah, yeah, and I did one the other day about swans. I'm convinced that swans have a Scouse accent. And I love Liverpool. I love Liverpudlian people, and I have when I tell you, I've never felt more proud to be called an honorary Scouser. That beats anything on my CV. Was that one video? I loved it.
It's class. And anybody who hasn't seen it, like, just go and read the comments because it's so interesting, like hearing everybody's different takes on stuff. Like,
Yeah,
genuinely is so nice to read everyone's and join in as well. So yeah,
yeah.
congrats on that. I love that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. I try my best.
You've got a little secret talent, which I'm ready to share with the world, and that is your French speaking.
I don't think people understand how much I just tell you to say either my name in French or I get you and your mum to send me like voice notes in French. I love it. I love it so much.
Well, on that note, I've got a little message from my mum that I'm going to play to you.
I'm
Ready?
dead. I'm so excited. Yeah.
Bonjour Erin, comment vas-tu? Tu as passé un bon week-end? À bientôt, au revoir.
I had such a lovely weekend. Thanks, Mum. I just, it's my name has never sounded better. I need to just go to France for a couple of days and have a name badge being like, please say my name. And people just be like, Bonjour, Erin. Comment ça va?
I'm gonna have to send you that voice note. You're gonna have to save that to your
Please do.
album.
I
It's
love it. I actually remember, sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, the first time because I met you in 2 nights in a row, and then we were like, oh, like, hey, like again.
Yeah,
But the second time
favorite.
I was with my mum, and you were
Yeah.
like, are you French? And you were like, please say my name.
I know, I know. It's just the most beautiful sounding language. I mean, I'm jealous of anyone that's bilingual. My mum actually spoke fluent German, and she never made me bilingual. What a waste. But I love it. I actually watched your getting ready. with me video when you just spoke French, and I understood more than I could speak it, but it was just like so delicious to listen to. Like I love, love, love it. I used to say to my friends, but ask questions in French that I knew the answers to, just to hear. Just for me, I remember we had a supply teacher once come in, and they said, you know, bonjour, je m'appelle, I don't know what it was like, Monsieur Francois, and I was like, it wasn't called Monsieur Francois, it was called like Monsieur
Something.
Umbridge, literally Dolores Umbridge, and I was like, bonjour, monsieur. Comment ça s'écrit? I didn't care. I didn't care how to spell his name. I just wanted to say that sentence because I liked talking in French. And he looked at me like, and then spelled it, and I was like, merci. I hate it. It's beautiful. I'm very jealous.
Oh, it's so funny. Well, do you know, it's not too late because my mum did a degree and then teacher training. She was fully French and now she's fully English, like fully bilingual. She taught herself how to speak English. So, like, your limit is
That's amazing.
like, and I really like
I'm just saying,
that
I
because
love it.
learning a whole new language and now her
I
work is
know.
completely, she doesn't teach, she writes bids for, you know, the charity Mind, mental health
Yeah,
charity.
yeah, yeah.
She writes bids to for them to get money, so it's like proper essay stuff in English.
Oh, mom. Oh my
Like,
gosh, she's fantastic.
I and
My love for languages. I love it. I have a place in Spain. My family have a place in Spain, and I go out and speak Spanish as much as I could when I was out there. I downloaded Duolingo on my owl. Honestly, every time I go on my homepage and swipe to find the app I'm looking for, my owl is like depressed, like melting into the screen. E- wha- Oh my God. Well, congratulations. What language?
Spanish.
Ah, hola. ¿Cómo
Hola.
estás? Do you feel like you've got a head start because you can speak French?
100%. Like the languages are so similar, and people say like because it's Latin based, Italian's like still similar, but like a bit more different, whereas Spanish and French kind of run like this. And like some words I'll have never seen in Spanish, but because I know what it is in French, I can like work it out. So it does.
I find it utterly fascinating. I could ask you 65 questions about you being bilingual. Honestly, I think it's the most fun. I actually encourage you to do more content on what it's like being bilingual, because even if it's just me that watches it, like I'll like, share, and subscribe all of it. I really will.
Well, the thing is, like, because I've never known anything different, it's not a big deal for me. And when people like ask me about it, like when you're like, oh, like I can't believe you're bilingual and like that's so cool, I'm just like, "Eh, it's just like a means of communication for me. That's just how I speak to my family in France."
I love it. Like these would be my questions. What language do you dream in? When you're reading a book, what language is the voice in your head speaking? Does it depend on what you do? Your TikTok, is it half French, half English? When someone annoys you and and you say something under your breath, like what language is it? Like I need the whole thing. In fact, I actually look forward to the video that you post when you hopefully answer these questions and
I will.
know that it is mostly just for me.
100%.
Like
I'll
like
just
when you do like quick math, do you do quick math and like if you get a bill and you're like, are you like like that was actually Spanish, but what do you do it in? Like what do you do your quick math in?
let me put a spanner in the works. So a thought can't be in a language. Your internal monologue is in a language, and that's usually with the people I'm surrounded with. So, like for you right now, I'm thinking about the questions I'm going to ask in English because I will ask them in English. But a thought
Right.
cannot be in a language. For example, when you're coming up with choreography, you're not, well, I don't think step will change one, two. I'm just doing it. It's like a thought. When you're painting, like art, you don't like think it's just like an
Good.
action from a thought. When you flush the toilet, you don't go, I'm going to flush the toilet now. Flush. It's like a
Yeah.
thought. Do you know what I mean? So when they're like, when
Yeah.
you think in French or English, I'm like, well, actually, it's not a language. Whereas an internal monologue is like different, if that makes sense. So like there's two layers
Yeah.
to it. There's like a thought and then like an
Yeah.
internal monologue. So like a thought can provoke an internal monologue, but that will be inspired by the people I'm around. So like if I've just been speaking to my mum for 10 minutes, then the thought in my head of like maybe what I'm going to say or like processing what she said. If it's in French, then it's obviously going to be in French. If I'm dreaming and I'm with English people, the dream will all be in English. If I'm with French people, like it's just like my life. Do you know what I mean? Like if I'm with French people, I speak French, English people speak English. It's like it's quite
That's
layered.
it's so fascinating. Have you ever gone into like a nail salon speaking English, or you've gone to a hairdresser speaking English, and they're speaking French, and they've like said something rude, and you've got to do that moment where you're like,
Well,
"Je suis français."
the best time is when like we go to holiday resorts or stuff like in France, and me and my sister always used to just pick the opposite language of what they like the other kids were speaking, and like we'd
Yeah,
hear them like basically chat rubbish about us in the other language because we were once in at this resort that had a trampoline and we were just me and Margot were speaking English on the trampoline and then they were like oh like they're not going to share the trampoline like oh like look at her little skirt and we were like 8 and me and Margot were like let's not speak French like let's pretend like get them to think we're fully English so that we can like understand what they're thinking and we were kind of like
yeah.
egging on and you know what you're like as a kid like at a
Oh
holiday.
yeah.
So it's like that. But then we were at the communal pool, and my mum goes, Mathilde, Margot, viens manger. And like the kids just went, because they like
Everybody
realized.
needs to be there.
And me and Margot just like scurried out of the pool and we like went and had our dinner. But these kids like literally like I think they just were like the whole time. And me and Margot were like, quick, exit, quick, head down, go. Because we were like, busted.
I love it. I also love how that was your mum's voice. Actually saw your mum's face when you did that. And I love how you're like me and Margot are on the trampoline and then you're like and then my mum's like Mathilde, Margot, viens manger. I'm just obsessed. I love it so much.
What
It's
are your
like
favorite French words?
my name. I don't even care. My name. And I love when someone I love I just I do like comment ça s'écrit because I like when French people go écrit like that. Love it. I love it. Like if I find like I would never eat them and I just can't, but like I'd love to go into like a shop and be like escargot or do you know what it is? I actually think it's because I loved Mary Kate and Ashley Passport to Paris. And I remember going, boisson means drink, poisson means fish. And people were like, ha ha ha. So I love it. I love it all.
That's
I love
brilliant.
it
I
all.
remember
It's just
you
my
saying you were saying something like bibliothèque. You'd said a
yes. And je suis ennuyeux. Oh, no, how do you say it on board?
je m'ennuie.
Yeah. Or je suis très fatiguée. Oh, love it. Love it. Je suis très jolie. Or like, uh, uh, quand est la date de ton anniversaire? Oh, just love it. Everything just sounds light, easy breezy, and beautiful. I'm obsessed. Whereas in Scotland, it's like, all right, what do you want? Whereas you guys are just cool. You're chic and elegant and fashionable, and it's just beautiful. And you do really great French onion soup and wine.
I feel like for
No,
your
thank you for that.
birthday, I'm just going to send you like a voice note of me speaking French, and then that will just be your day. Like that will be it.
That's it. That's all I need. I don't need any gifts from anyone. I don't need a card. I just need you and potentially your mum speaking French to me.
No, because it was when we were on the train and like you'd put
I
something in
know.
the story and I was like, oh, like Erin said, like next time you're with your mum, like please send me a video. So I was like, oh, like we just have to video this, like Erin, like just don't worry about it. I'll just send her it and she'll just love it. And she was like, okay. And then we videoed it. And it was so funny, your reaction. You were like, oh my God, I've saved this to my camera roll. I've watched
I
it.
did. I did. I did. I even said to Jordan, because Jordan's she's from the northeast, so she says Erin, Erin. I can't do it 'cause it's so random. It's like one of my names. And I was like, not that I don't love how you say my name, but listen to how the French say my name. And she was like, that's kind of cool. I was like, I know.
Oh, I absolutely love that. We've been on such a tangent, and I wanted to ask you in this podcast if you could plan like your next 5 years or say project to that 5 year point, where would you want to be? not like realistically, like where would you see yourself? And then do you think like in those 5 years you could build up to that point?
Um, I never really have dreams because I think if I don't achieve them, does that mean that I failed? So I never ever have dream roles because when I was younger, my dream roles that I've played didn't exist. So I would have said things like Eponine or Scaramouche, and if I didn't, because I will never play Eponine now, does that mean that I failed? So I'd like to not have that. I don't like putting that pressure on like myself or like my mental health. So if you said to me, if I could just decide what I want to do and project what I want to do for the next 5 years, I'd love to do a solo show in Scotland. I'd love to do a solo show somewhere in England. I'd love to have stagey sing-alongs go to places like Germany and Asia because I think that'd be so cool. I've set up a business that's going to America that I can't talk about. But I'd love that to thrive. I'll tell you in a separate voice note. But if you asked me what I would love to do, if I could have anyone's job in the whole world, I would like to have Graham Norton's job.
I love that. Just
I
so
would love I'd love to just sit and chat to people, have a few drinks, and just find out about their life. I did the big night ins to interview people because I found it fascinating learning from other people, learning about life from other people, how they got there. I think again, it's to show that no two journeys are the same, and it's so okay to broaden to listen to like 10 other people's and be like, oh, okay, mine they're all different, and as is mine, and that's okay. So I'd love Graham Norton's job, um, and I'd yeah, I think also being happy. Happy's got to be number one. Um, and I'd like to read more because I'm currently reading Fourth Wing and I am completely obsessed with it. Like I'm excited to go into my bed tonight and read.
oh, do you know what? Isn't that the best feeling when you've got a good book?
It is. Have you read it yet? Have you read the Fourth Wing?
No.
You simply must. There's like four books, I think. I'm in the first one, and it's like Harry Potter meets the Hunger Games,
Was it you who put it on
but
Twitter
Twilight.
and you were like, I'm just imagining Hogwarts in my head?
Yeah,
Was it you?
yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
but it's darker. It's darker and it's twistier and it's really, really good. I do recommend it. I'm not even getting paid to advertise it. I just think it's really good.
bad Ned. No, because I'm stuck in reading McFadden. Like I'm in all of that like kind of mystery,
Yeah.
crime. I'm in that sort of like pocket of reading at the moment, and I just love it. Like the whole what happened, who did it, and then everything unfolds at the
I'll
end.
send you some recommendations.
Yeah,
I've,
100%.
I've got some great books like that.
Oh, great. So you're in a position where a lot of people look up to you, which can be quite a lot of pressure, but also very rewarding. And I wanted to ask you, on the flip side, who do you look up to in the industry, or who are the people in life where you're like, oh, I absolutely love watching them. They are an inspiration to me.
So my first inspiration was my gran, who she actually passed away a year and a half ago now. But I wouldn't be doing musical theatre if it wasn't for her. She acted out Meet Me in St. Louis with me. She would be my first audience and I would just put on shows in front of her. So she was my first inspiration. And I really do take inspiration from people around me. You know, I do take inspiration from amazing actors because they're amazing. But
Yeah.
I like the idea of shaping who I am as a person based on the wonderful people that I have around me. And, you know, it changes. There'll be things that I took from people in my teens who I would maybe who that was my chapter of Erin as a teenager. But I have to say I take a lot of inspiration from Jordan because I think that she's done so much for her industry and you know she's part of a group of women who have set the the grounds, I guess, and challenged and bettered the game for so many women. And I think being a woman and knowing sometimes how difficult it can be in many different industries, I think, God, what an achievement that you've done that with it, with and obviously not just her, with it, you know, a big band of women who have just grown the women's game. Um, and I think I was walking to work for Saving Mozart, and they had at King's Cross the big, you know, is it a mural? I'm not sure, wall art of all the lionesses. And I thought you would never have got that 10 years ago. And the reason that you have it now is because of what amazing people like Jordan did, and she's taught me a lot about patience and a lot about ambition, and they're actually the worlds are quite parallel. You know, like when you have a team, then you have a cast, and you have got a
Right.
dressing room, and you've got a dressing room, and you never know, like, am I going to play? Am I going to get the part? Like, where am I going to be in a year? It's so similar in some respects, and I think that's why I find her attitude and approach to industry really beneficial and very inspiring. And so I take a lot of inspiration from her, and I take a lot of inspiration from my friends, and I will always be the biggest champion of others. When I wasn't working and didn't have my break, and everyone around me did, and I really could have become quite bitter, but it's not my nature to do that, and I just wanted to champion everyone around me. And I think that because I did that for them, and then they did it for me, and it's so yeah, I'm quite inspired by those around me. Don't get me wrong, I'm inspired by people like Jodie Comer. She never trained, look what she's done. I'm inspired by people like Olivia Colman, who
Mm.
is authentically her all the time, as well as being a very, very, very good actress. But I'm inspired by people in real life who I've met on my journey.
Yeah,
I
and you see
think.
it firsthand, and you know as well how they have got through it through their own struggles, and that almost makes them more inspiring because you know how hard they've worked to get to the place that they're in.
Yeah, I really do believe it. I was saying even to Hannah yesterday, she got on the stage and she looked out, and this was when we were doing tech, and I said, Hannah, you did that.
Yeah,
And she was like, I don't think I've really. I was like, no, you did that.
yeah,
That's amazing. Like because and it's so inspiring that she's done all of that so quickly. And yeah, I do. I really do take inspiration from others around me. I think I think the my experiences with some really cool human beings has shaped the voice that I have, who I am, what I stand for, what I don't accept, what
yeah,
I welcome, and what I mean. I love learning about other people as well, so I think that helps.
yeah, lovely. And I don't think there's anything better than someone who empowers young people, people up and coming, and being
Mm.
that positive role model that people can look to for safety. Because nowadays with social media, everyone is exposed to everything, but being a safe place in someone's life is so empowering, and there should be just so much more of that. So yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. I think social media is amazing, and I love it. And I've connected with people on social media. I've connected with you. I've connected with Monica. I've connected with amazing people. You know, Chris Hall on social media. But I also know that if social media was to be gone tomorrow, that I still have people around me who inspire me and who can lead me on the way to what I want to do in life. And I think finding a balance of both is always really healthy.
Yeah, for sure. Can you believe we're coming to the end of this podcast, this episode?
No,
It's gone so
no.
quick, but thank you so much. I can't wait for everyone to see your French because that is something I've been wanting to expose
Merci.
for quite a while.
Merci beaucoup.
Fantastic. Well, merci beaucoup, Erin, for joining me for this podcast episode.
I'm just trying to work out how do you say you're welcome?
De rien.
Ne rien, Mathilde.
Merci beaucoup. Plaisir. Let me just say your name one more time. Erin.
C'est magnifique, non?
You actually have such a good accent as well. It's so good.
I
Oh,
think it's because I used to watch the film Madeline, because Madeline, she always goes, Helen, téléphone l'hôpital. And I used to just say it around the house. My mum was like, who's Helen and who's she calling?
oh, brilliant. We're going to have to wrap this up, but thank you so much to everybody who watched. Go head over to Erin's chats on TikTok and get involved in the comments because they're absolutely brilliant. And I'll see you there because I'm in things all the time. Take care, everyone. Thank you, Erin, and we'll see you next week for
Okay.
another episode. Goodbye.